Hey beautiful people, and welcome to the channel and to a new year. I know, kind of crazy. Here we're just gonna literally react to whatever shows, movies, animations, pretty much whatever I want to watch. And whatever you want to watch. Let me know down in the comments below what you'd like me to react to. I do have some that I already pre-recorded a while ago, so I might release those if you want to see those. There is one about Across the Spider-Verse and Invincible and a few other shows. We are looking at the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. The final episode might be a little weird because we haven't recapped the other episodes. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments below, guys. Just let me know. I have been a long-time fan of Salt Lake City. There's a few of them I watch. I know. Watch Atlanta, Potomac, Salt Lake City, Beverly Hills. Because to be fair, for the most part, they've been just nosedivingly terrible. Atlanta was terrible this season. I mean, I do feel like the glory days are actually over without Nene, without Portia, without Cynthia, without the OG crew. I don't know what the hell Phaedra is doing on Married to Medicine. That is also nosediving. I feel like this whole quad isolation thing just doesn't fucking work. Quad is the show. I don't know how to tell you guys this, but that one season without Quad was just like, ugh. But I'm pretty sure Mariah was on it, so it didn't feel as bad. But just Toya? I mean, no, we can't be doing this. Even Heavenly isn't that fun this season. And you know, with the break, I've pretty much forgotten what's happened other than them basically telling Quad to fuck off after they invited her, which it's like, what? Like, look, I get you're mad or whatever, even though I'm still unaware as to why. But if someone's basically saying they want to have a fresh start or what have you, I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk about that another day. So today we're going to talk about Salt Lake City. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone's aware. They're all aware of what happened. All of y'all know that there was a few things that was disclosed. Now, the reality Vontice thing, though, is kind of hilarious. Because the way they were talking about it, and we'll go into it properly, but I had to look into it because I was like, what did she say? They're acting like, for the most part, this Instagram page was gunning for them. Like, really, really gunning for them. Now, I found it hard to find much, to be fair, but I know there was a few things, obviously. I think there was something to do with Whitney, and there was a few other things. It wasn't... The page is very much about Jen Shah. Like 95, maybe more % about Jen Shah, and you know how she's a terrible person and all this stuff. And you're just like, what? Like, someone really doesn't like Jen Shah? I mean, for me, I would be more... I mean, I guess it is weird. It is very weird that someone who runs a drama page managed to make it on Real Housewives for, like, you know, upfront information, like, on the down low. Like, I don't know. But like, the way they were making it out on the show was very much horribly malice to all of them, which again, really doesn't portray that much. I also think it is very obvious that it's run by a bunch of people. But let's be honest, without Monica, this would have been another shit season to add to the pile. But in Salt Lake City, it's so interesting. The editing on this show is fantastic. As I'm watching it, like the first minute and a half before, you know, before it really dives in to the episode is edited so well, because you're very convinced that at this dinner party they're all having a go at each other. It looks like Whitney's having a go at Lisa, and Heather's having a go at Meredith, or whoever, Monica as well. And then the way it plays out is just like, whoa. It's very much a pylon fest. It's very cinematic as well. But yeah, the editing right at the beginning, like I said, it's very much, you think it's them talking about everything that's going on with each other, but it very quickly changes. And I love the whole 8 hours earlier, from darkness to light on this incredibly beautiful Bermudan day. It's kind of nuts how much of a cloud these bitches bring. It's kind of nuts. Okay, so the episode starts, like I said, with the 8 hours earlier and the very well edited sequence of events that kind of pieces together a mishmash of stories that really don't really happen. Like I said, it turns into a Parliament Fest. But anyway, and then it starts off with everyone pretty much waking up and doing their little thing, and Monica and Whitney sleeping in the same bed and waking up and kind of recounting what happened the night before, clearly hungover, with Whitney with her big ass sunglasses on. And they talk about how Lisa said that she was being dramatic when she left or stormed after Heather from the episode before, to which Whitney is like, you're dramatic because of what you did on the boat that they were on. And I'm like, sitting there thinking, a few episodes ago, this bitch was literally like, you're like my best friend. You're the first person I called after my best friend died. And I'm like, when did this happen? These two, for the past few seasons, despised each other and became best friends for, the 15 episodes? And from the beginning of the season, I was so confused as to how this happened. It was very much she was ride or die with Heather, even though they got into their own shit. And then when that happened, it seems like she became besties with Lisa. I don't know. But it seems very superficial, I guess. Because the littlest thing annoys both of them so much that it's very hard to believe that they could be friends, let alone best friends. I can't believe the same chick that you said you called after you lost your bestie is the same chick that was causing such a scene, at your events, and didn't even mention it when she saw you for the first time after. I don't know whether, it's just like, like a ploy to stay on the show if a bunch of you are all besties. I don't know. It just doesn't seem legitimate. It seems like it's for the cameras. Because I don't genuinely think Lisa would be like that with someone she really cared about in the way that you're expressing, Whitney. I feel like if she was genuinely that friend, she'd be at your house, making sure you're okay. Do you know what I mean? When someone loses someone as a family member, very, very close friend, or what have you, and it happens to someone you really care about, you do everything to make sure that that person's comfortable. She literally was at a party, I think, the same day or the day after? I think it was the day after. And I wouldn't imagine it would take you that long to go and see her. I don't know, it just seems like, I don't know. Either Whitney was duped or they're not as close as Whitney's trying to make out. One or the other. Yeah, I don't know. She's pressed about Lisa's comment about her being dramatic. She kind of was. You'll see. I mean, she literally goes over with Heather as to what the book entailed and the inserts. Heather reads them out, and it's quite funny because it's so cringe. Like, the actual comments are something like, draw me like your French girl's Jack from Titanic. She then saw her pirate panties or something, and from her navel to her backside, I'm glad I didn't break a sweat or something. It was, I don't know, it was very cringe. To the point where I was like, oh, Heather, like, Really? Did you have to? I don't know. I kind of get it, but also it's not that big a deal at the same time. So I get why Heather's like, huh? Heather does also mention on numerous occasions that she went over it many times with her, took out what she wanted her to take out, which she also agreed that she did. Whitney agreed that Heather did too. So it does feel like when, I don't know if anyone saw the girls' trip, but in the girls' trip, Whitney did admit to making up stories in order to make the show good or to make it fun or whatever. And she I think she basically owned up to that whole argument that she was having with Heather was all for the show. So it just feels like very much that scenario again. But at the same time, it is a bit cringy as well. But of course, she told her what she was going to write in the book. So, I don't know. It just seems very forced to get Whitney that extra storyline to make sure she stays on the show. I don't know. But it's very weird timing. It does seem really unnecessary. Her book's been out, I'm pretty sure at this point, for at least like 6 months or so. So it wasn't like she was writing the book or it just came out and she found out or what have you. It's a long time to be sitting on this, Whitney, is all I'm saying. So yeah, that was weird. And then we will talk about the girls' days out. The girls go on like a split day out. They do take mopeds around the island, which is very fun. So yeah, the girls split into two. Half of them, Angie, Monica, and Heather, go to a perfume shop. And the other half, as in Whitney, Lisa, and Meredith, go shopping to a boutique kind of vegan shop. I don't know if she mentions a vegan bag. But the funny thing about the perfume crew is that Angie and Heather, they just forget their purses, even though they've got their handbags. Now, I don't know any woman that would have everything in their handbag but their purse and want to go shopping, but yeah, it proceeds to be a very awkward, weird situation where Monica offers to pay, but before that, Heather asked Angie, and then Angie was like, oh, I don't actually have my card. And then doesn't even ask Monica. Monica offers. It's just so funny. Because, I don't know, from that look alone from Heather, you can totally see that she's like, girl, are you sure you can afford this? And yeah, I mean, no one wants to be in that situation to forget their car, but to then be like, I don't know, it's weird. I love how Angie said that she had a picture of her credit card. I'm sorry. Where do they take pictures of credit cards? What? Why? In what situation has Angie been in where she was like, oh, you know what? We've just had dinner, but I can't pay. Oh, no, wait, I can. Hold on. Just whips out her phone to later be like, yeah, I have a picture, though. Is that okay? Like, is this fine? Yeah, okay. I mean, what establishment takes a picture of a credit card? She's just sitting there, like, with... I have a picture in my... Like, literally, Heather's like, do you have a spare credit card? Which, again, is a weird statement. And Angie's like, no, I was about to ask you, well, I have a picture of mine. I have a picture of a credit card. A picture. What? Just, what? Yeah, literally. The bombastic side eye happens as soon as the cashier's like, it's not working. And, I mean, you know, it's happened to all of us, you know, sometimes, especially when you go away, you forget to tell your bank or what have you. That's exactly what happened in this situation, even though I'm pretty sure she gives her a different card. But yeah, and I know Monica definitely feels the pressure, seeing as the other women are a bit more established, they're a bit more well off. So she feels like she was rescuing them, and then it did that, and it's just like, woo, woo, woo. And then Heather's like, oh God, really? Like, she literally throws her a really bitch. It's like, bitch, we're in this situation because of you. so crazy. But yeah, I felt for Monica. I'm not even gonna lie. We've all been there. Like, everyone has. I love how Angie tells Monica, I remembered to do that before I left, like, to tell her credit card company. Yeah, you remembered to do that, yet you forgot your credit card in general and decided to take a picture. Come on, Angie. Come on, girl. So the girls finish up shopping, they meet up, and then they leave in the stream van or whatever. Their people carrier, which I thought was hilarious. I was like, what? Did they just leave the mopeds wherever? You can do that? I mean, this is some rich bitch situation. And then it leads up to the 1 hour later and the infamous phone call that Heather gets. Now, I don't know if Heather's reaction is staged, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But what really makes me laugh is it's just the view of the camera, like the fact that the cameraman is just kind of like chilling outside Heather's room, like nonchalant, with the camera focused on the hallway, and then rushes to pick it up. It's just, I don't know, it's edited and it's just brilliant. Like, the suspense. What is it? What could it be, Heather? It's just fucking amazing. It's just, for Bravo, brilliant. Heather proceeds to be like, I'm freaking the fuck out. How could you do this to us? I'm freaking the fuck out. Like, I'm freaking the fuck out. You're like, whoa. Realistically, when, you know, you look into it after, you're like, okay. But honestly, the way she's acting is as if she found out the worst possible news ever. Ever. Something horrible. Because she even throws out the cameraman. And she's like, no, I'm not doing this. So, very, very overly dramatic from Heather's, but great TV. It's dramatized so well. It is very much a telenovela from this point on. Aren't they under some strict NDA to just be able to film, like, whenever there's a camera crew there? So I always think it's so funny when they throw them out. She's like, no, seriously, no. I thought she was crying her eyes out a second ago, and then she's like, no, get out. I don't know. These last 2 episodes, Heather's been doing the most, you know. She steamrolled over the girls to get out the bar, which I thought was the funniest shit I've ever seen. She should be a rugby player. Or, you know, an American football player. She'd be very great. And then, yeah, she just did it right now to the camera. Poor cameraman. Basically, he had the camera thrown out of his hand. Like, it just gets progressively better from here, and we're only like 13 minutes in. So it then cuts to 4 hours later with, you know, the notorious dinner from hell. You know, one of very many when it comes to Real Housewives. But what I don't get is Heather's obsession with these creepy ass balloon puppet doll things. It's just like, what the fuck? They are just hella creepy. Like, the ones she made in particular are hella creepy. They look like little ghost babies. I don't know if that's the ones they made when they had their Heather day out, you know? But, girl, in these bowls as well. And then she's got assigned seating. I mean, this is probably the best setup I've ever seen of any housewife franchise. It's glorious. It's really, really good. But these dolls, though, girl. They look like something out of Annabelle or some shit. It's just like, girl, no. Oh, hell no. For y'all who didn't know, I don't like dolls. But yeah. I never have as well. So, yeah, they ain't my vibe. No Annabelle shit for me. No, thank you. Life on the Prairie dolls, for real. Not Eunice. Not Eunice. I love how the one with the least effort is the most creepy. Like, all that doll has is like a little creepy smiley face. And it's enough. No, it's just, no, girl, no. You should, okay, everyone should have known from then that it was bad juju, okay? Some voodoo dolls on the damn table. Just, no. Just disaster story from the jump. And the funny thing is Heather's intro to her dinner starts off with talking about how freaky deaky, I'm sorry, that the Bermuda Triangle, like, you know, and its mysteries, and it's just